Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we sow some Vinca seeds. So let's go. Vinca, also known as Madagascar periwinkle, is an annual here where I live in New Hampshire Zone 5B. You typically want to sow your seeds about 12 to 15 weeks before your average last frost date. My average last frost date is usually around May 15th. If you don't know what your average last frost date is, you can find it a couple of different ways. I'll put a link to a website that you can go to where you enter in your zip code and it'll tell you your date. Or you can just do an internet search, something like, what is my average last frost date? And then put in your location or your zip code. Remember, when it comes to seed starting, it's not based on USDA hardiness zone. In other words, we both could live in zone 5B. However, we could be starting our seeds at different dates. It's all based on our location. When it comes to Vinca seeds, this is a seed that I wouldn't recommend either direct sowing or winter sowing. The reason is it takes a long time for this plant to grow from seed to bloom. Also, it doesn't germinate until the soil temperatures are quite warm. So where I live in a cool region with a very short growing season, it doesn't make sense for me to sow these seeds outdoors. Where you live, you might have a very long growing season and you might live in a much warmer climate. So look into it. It might be that you could possibly grow this outdoors by direct sowing the seeds. Today is January 24th. If I count backwards from my average last frost date of May 15th, we're about 16 weeks away from my average last frost date. That means it's a perfect time for us to go ahead and sow these seeds. When it comes to seed starting, I prefer to multi-sow my seeds, which means I like to sow a whole bunch of seeds in a small restaurant takeout container. And I do that for a number of reasons. One reason is it initially saves space under my grow lights. Another reason is only the seeds that are viable are going to germinate. In other words, if I sow a whole bunch of seeds in here and only some of them are viable, only those ones will germinate. Then what I can do is prick out the seeds that have germinated and pot them up. You don't have to multi-sow your seeds. If you prefer to sow them directly into 6 cell packs or into pots or containers, you can do that as well. But just know that that will take up more room under your grow lights, and also some of the seeds may not germinate, so you may have empty cells. But no matter what pot or container you use, you want to make sure that there are drainage holes in the bottom. I'll be sowing my seeds in a DIY seed starting mix. If you want, you can use any potting mix that you have handy. I like to start my seeds in seed starting mix, and then eventually when I pot up my seedlings, they move into a potting mix. For my seed starting mix, I like to use 2 parts of peat moss, but you can use cocoa coir if you like. And then I like to add 1 part of vermiculite. I have coarse vermiculite. You can use fine if you want. And then I sprinkle the top with pulverized dolomitic lime. And I use that with peat moss. You don't need to use it with cocoa coir. And the purpose of it is to reduce the acidity that you have in peat moss. When I talk about parts, it's basically whatever you're using for scooping. So in this case, I'm using a bowl. Parts are just ratios. So I could also do, for example, 4 parts or 4 bowls of my peat moss. And to that, I would add 2 parts of my vermiculite or 2 bowls of my vermiculite. And then I would sprinkle the top with my pulverized dolomitic limestone. After I've added all my ingredients, the next thing I like to do is add boiling water from a tea kettle and pour it over my seed starting mix. One reason for adding the water is simply to pre-moisten the mix. But a main reason for adding boiling water is to kill off the possibility of any fungus gnat eggs that might be found inside of the peat moss. I continue adding the boiling water. I want to make sure that the boiling water reaches all parts of the mix. And as I add the water, I just continue to mix the ingredients around. When I'm all done, I want to go ahead and tamp down the mix, and I'm using a spoon because I don't want to touch the mix with my hands. After that, I can put the cover on and let everything cool down before using the mix. When I squeeze the mix, I want to make sure that water is not dripping, because if it is, that means the mix is too wet. When I let go, the mix should hold its form. That's the perfect consistency for my seed starting mix to be added to my container pots. Next, let's go ahead and add the seed starting mix to our container. And then I want to press down lightly. And the reason we're doing that is so that we're eliminating any air pockets that might be in here. Before we sow the seeds, I just wanted to show you one little surprise. In this tray, I sowed the seeds for a number of different plants, but I want to focus on this side right here. We have Vinca. It's a light purple color with a white center, and I sowed these seeds on January 20th. It's only been a couple of days, and I've had the humidity dome on them. They've been on a seedling heat mat. You can see that on the other side of the tray, I don't have anything else germinating. Those are a different kind of plant. So what I'm going to have to do is come in pretty soon and start pricking out and potting up these seedlings. And I sowed these just because I had extra space in this tray and I wasn't sure what to plant. So I went ahead and sowed the Vinca seeds, but I'm excited. It only took a few days and they quickly started coming up for me. And check it out, we have more Vinca. It's light pink with a dark pink center, and I sowed the seeds on the same day. And they're just in this little tiny section here. Since I didn't have too many seeds of both colors, I figured I might as well just fill up the space and sow the seeds. Normally, I mention in my videos, it's better to sow the same kind of seeds in a tray if you're going to sow them this way. However, because I had extra space on this side, I went ahead and just sowed the Vinca seeds. But like I mentioned, I do need to come in and prick them out because then I need to spray all this, cover this up, put this back on the seedling heat mat. But these guys need to come out. They shouldn't be on a seedling heat mat. They should not be under a humidity dome. I didn't spend any money on any of the Vinca seeds that we're going to be sowing this year. That's been true for the last number of years. In fact, I want to say most of the Vinca seeds that I have were just collected from a local park. That is a great way to save money in the garden, is by collecting your own seeds. I'll put a link to a video I made showing my process for collecting the seeds of Vinca. And for today, we're actually going to sow all of these seeds. They are a lilac purple color. There are a good amount of seeds there, and we're going to be sowing them on this side here. I used a garden marker to make my label, and I like to use garden markers because they don't wear off as easily when you spray or add water. And on the label, not only did I put the color of the Vinca plant, but I also am putting the date that we're sowing the seeds. You can use whatever you want when it comes to plant labels. I have a whole bunch of these that I bought on Amazon, but you really could just use anything. You could use plastic knives. You could use used yogurt containers that you cut up in strips, Venetian blinds. Lots of possibilities. And in the center here, that's just a plastic knife that I cut to size so it fits. And it's just like a barrier between the two different colors of Vinca that we're going to sow. Since Vinca seeds need darkness to germinate, you want to sow the seeds about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch deep. That's just a close-up of what the seeds look like. They're pretty small. I'm not going to worry about spacing because we have a lot of seeds here. I'm literally just going to be sprinkling them. When it comes to covering the seeds, I mentioned earlier about them being covered about 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. We will be covering them with the seed starting mix. Some people surface sow them, but then they put some sort of a dark cover, or they put the container in a dark plastic bag. Other people might put these in a dark room. So you can do whatever you need to do. But the big thing is the seeds do need darkness to germinate. I just feel it's easier to just cover them very lightly with the seed starting mix. And I like sowing the seeds heavily like this. And there's no guarantee that all these seeds will germinate, so we might as well just sow them all and then we'll see how many come up. On this side, we're going to be sowing a pink Vinca, and again, I put down today's date. Well, I have 3 bags of Vinca, and this one here is the oldest. This one's a little bit newer, and then these ones here are definitely newer. So it makes sense for me to sow the older seeds because each year that goes by, seeds in general lose their viability, which means the percentage of seeds that's going to germinate will go down. So I don't care if this says hot pink, this just says pink. Maybe they're a slightly different color of pink, but we're going to go ahead and just sow these. And that is a lot of seeds. It would be kind of ridiculous for me to sow all of those seeds here. So we're just going to take a nice pinchful of the seeds and sow those. We literally still have quite a few left, which is nice. And that's a close-up of what those seeds look like. And remember, the more seeds that we sow, the more that we have to pot up and eventually plant out in the landscape. Now, I do have a backyard plant nursery. This year, I would like to sell some of my annual flowers because there's usually a lot of interest in it. And then clearly I also want to add them in my landscape, but I don't need this many. So I'm just sprinkling them all around. And again, I'm not worrying too much about spacing. It's bound to happen that it might end up having a lot of seedlings concentrated in one area and then another area, not as many. And now we're going to go ahead and just sprinkle a very light layer of the seed starting mix. One thing I wanted to mention was those other little seedlings that I showed you that have already come up. Because I sowed those seeds with other seeds that are different, they're not Vinca, they were Dusty Miller as well as Dichondra Silver Fall, I ended up turning the LED lights on because the other seeds that were sown in that tray need light to germinate. And like we talked about, when it comes to Vinca, they need darkness to germinate. Well, I showed you what great germination we had. And no, I don't know the germination rate because I don't count the number of seeds I'm planting. But I guess all I wanted to share is that they were not in 100% complete darkness. Yes, they were covered, like we're covering these, but then they were put under those LED lights. So it's good to just know that when something says it needs darkness to germinate, it's up to you on how far you want to actually take that rule. Because like I said, those seedlings, they germinated just fine. They were covered with the seed starting mix, but they were under LED lights. The reason I'm pressing down is I want to make sure that those seeds make good contact with my mix. It just makes it easier when it's time for them to germinate. This next step is optional, but I'm going to be adding a very light layer of vermiculite to the top here. I didn't do that for a number of years and I've had a lot of success. However, I know that it is good practice to put a little bit of vermiculite on top because it helps retain moisture, and also it can possibly help prevent fungal issues like damping off. And I definitely need a little bit more, so I'm not putting a very big layer of it on here, just a little layer. I have a small hand water pump sprayer. I'm going to go ahead and just mist the top. Even though the seed starting mix is moist, it's still good to add a little extra water here so that it helps settle things in, and also it will help with the overall humidity in this container once we close it up. Next, we're going to add our humidity dome, and this is an important step. This just makes it so it's a nice, humid, comfortable environment for these seeds to want to germinate. And the final step is to place this on a seedling heat mat. Vinca seeds germinate best at a soil temperature between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that reason, I'm going to be putting the seeds on a seedling heat mat. The seeds take anywhere from 7 up to 21 days for them to germinate. And what that means is you may have erratic germination. You might have 1 or 2 seeds that germinate very quickly, but then other ones that germinate slower. So just be patient. If I notice after a few days that I don't see any germination, I can take my water pump sprayer and just mist the top gently, just to make sure that my seed starting or potting mix doesn't dry out. Remember, anytime you put seeds on a seedling heat mat, the soil can dry out pretty quickly, so you want to make sure it's not drying out as you're waiting for the seeds to germinate. As soon as I see very good germination, which is about 50% or more, at that point I want to remove the humidity dome. If I leave that humidity dome on for too long, I can introduce fungal issues, and that can cause my seedlings to dampen off. At that time, when I have very good germination, I'm also going to be removing my tray off of the seedling heat mat. If I leave it on for too long, what can happen is my seedlings will become very leggy. And at that time, when I have good germination, I can go ahead and start bottom watering my seedlings. I don't want to be watering them from above because I don't want to cause fungal issues like, again, damping off. I like to follow the practice of not over-watering or over-loving my seedlings. In between each time that I water my seedlings, I allow the soil to dry out just a little bit. It's never healthy for seedlings to have the soil overly saturated. Also, after the humidity dome is removed and after the tray is removed off of the seedling heat mat, at that point my seedlings can go under my LED shop lights. My LED shop lights are set up on a timer. They come on at 5 a.m., they go off at 9 p.m., which means they're on for 16 hours a day. Also, I keep my lights about 2 inches above the seedlings. It's important to have the lights close so that I have nice, strong seedlings. I don't want them to be leggy. But keep in mind, you may need to put your lights a little bit higher up or a little bit closer. It all depends on the kind of lights you have, so it's important for you to research that further. The first set of leaves that you see on a plant are called the cotyledon. After that, the next set of leaves, those are called the true leaves. As soon as my plants have their true leaves, I can go ahead and start fertilizing them. I like to fertilize with a half a strength of whatever's written on my fertilizer. For my flowers, I like to use Miracle Grow. I plan to make future videos for you when it comes time to pricking out the seedlings, potting them up, pinching them so that they can get bushier, fertilizing them, getting them hardened off, and eventually put in my landscape. And remember, when it comes to seed starting, only grow what you can use. You might be able to grow more plants than I'm growing or less plants than I'm growing. Or perhaps this is not a plant that would thrive in your area where you live. So keep that in mind when you're watching my video as well as anyone else's videos, because it can be so tempting to start too many seeds and then not know what to do with them. All the seeds that we start will require care. The easiest part of seed starting is actually sowing the seeds. After that, it becomes a little bit of work, but in the end, it's so worth it. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever grown this plant, and if so, is it an annual or perennial in your area? And if you've never grown it before, are you considering growing it for this year? And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.